Hey, I'm CARBO Brotherhood. I'm really excited to give you guys a quick optic mount production timeline update. So we're now 5 days after D-Day, so we're post D-Day 5 days. So we've shipped out a decent amount of optic mounts, but we had so many orders it blew us away. Really appreciate each and every one of you that showed your support by committing to a new optic mount, which is really exciting. We're all stoked over here, really working around the clock to get these produced and out to you guys. Definitely don't want to make any mistakes in the process, so we're not moving faster than we can effectively and accurately produce parts, assemble them. There's a lot going on here, so I just want to show you, this is what you're going to get when you get your optic mount. You're going to get obviously the hardware that comes with it. You're also going to get the optic mount itself, all bubble wrapped here, ready to go. So we're shipping a good amount of these each and every day. But obviously, you know, it was slow start in the beginning, but now we're like cranking out 100 a day. So we're really catching up there. Now, obviously, there's a little bit of time between production, machining, and then the plating, and then the assembly. All right, so during final assembly, we also do the laser, so I'll do a quick little, the whole point of this, I'm gonna do a quick little tour as well. So we're gonna go out into the shop, take a look at the machining, take a look at the laser. Obviously, we don't do the plating in-house. We have to send that out, but everything else is done here, which is exciting. So we can really keep tabs on everything. So machining's running 7 days a week. Assembly is running 5 days a week. And obviously the plating, we've got expedite on that. So it's literally every 2 days. So we're paying an extra fast turnaround. So we're really excited. I'm going to go ahead and jump into this tour. Let's go ahead and jump over to the manufacturing, see how these things are made on the mills, and then go into a little bit more of an explanation of what is going into this, so that you guys have a good idea too. It's not like we just hit play and then out comes from an easy bake oven, you know, an optic mount, which I love. That would be great if they made easy bake ovens that made optic mounts, but they don't. They don't. So we've got to go through the process together, give you a little tour, which is exciting too. We have some excellent machines doing some really sophisticated stuff. So let's do that, and we will regroup back here. All right, guys, so we're already down here in the shop, checking out the production to make sure everything's running right. We've got 4 Haas machines running nonstop 7 days a week to make sure that we can keep up with the demand. You guys, obviously, man, put us to work overtime, so it's pretty exciting. Thank you for the orders. Really impressed with the show of support, not to mention the work. Good American jobs, good American parts. It's awesome, man. You guys are stimulating the economy one optic mount at a time. So we've got Haas VF3 right here running full capacity and a few others. So we'll get some good zoomed in shots so you can see what's happening. Maybe you've never seen manufacturing up close. So this would be kind of a cool little tour, seeing what MCARBO's up to over here. Thank you. Let's look at some cool stuff. It's a beautiful thing. The production process, it all starts here as raw blocks of aluminum, and then it's created into what you guys wanted, what we've set out to do over the last 3 years. Finally feels good to be doing some production. All right, so we're machining the actual base plate right now. You can see that raw bar stock there. So this is the longest operation, obviously the biggest piece of the optic mount. So this is one that starts out as a massive block of 6061 aircraft grade aluminum. You know, a lot of precision machining goes into this to make sure that it's absolutely perfect, holding those tight tolerances. You know, the tolerances are about the thickness of a human hair, so that's the variation that you might see in these parts. Not a whole lot. You can see all the different operations here. A ton of programming goes into this and a lot of just expert machining, well beyond what I'm capable of doing. So that's why we have a team over here at MCARBO to make this happen. You know, it takes a lot to get it from idea into full production product. So really excited making parts here in the good old USA. Just phenomenal, man. Really fun, really exciting making stuff. Really appreciate you guys, you know, supporting us and obviously voting, you know, in support of the new optic mount. This is pretty exciting. So we're full swing production over here, non-stop, man. You can see it takes a little bit of time to obviously make it out of just a raw block of aluminum. So We'll probably get a nice little shot here in a second. You can see all the coolant just flying around there, keeping everything cool. You know, there's a lot of factors that go into play. You got tool wear, you've got, you know, obviously the coolant gets dirty, things got to get changed. Things happen in production. You know, it's not just as simple as hit a button and then go home. If it was, everybody'd be doing it. All right, you can start to see some recognizable features there. You can see those 4 posts sticking through. Every now and again, you'll get a nice clear shot between the coolant spraying. You know, these Haas VF3s are some of the most premier CNC equipment out there, so really excited that we've got this sort of capacity and this sort of precision going into these parts. You know, definitely no cheap machines. It's all top-notch, premium. You know, it's all about us investing. You know, you got to start with good. It's good in, good out. You can't go crap in, expect good out. So it's all about investing the time in the process, the equipment, the people. Really phenomenal, man. Certainly takes a well-groomed operation. You know, this is obviously one-sided operation at this point, so things have to be changed, parts have to be flipped. So you can see it's not a very quick hit a button and out comes a finished optic mount. You know, these are raw aluminum, so they would still have to be plated after this. Not to mention all the quality control inspections that take place after these parts come out of the machine. So it's definitely a process. No quick, easy bake oven here. All right, going up for a tool change. End mill coming down. Making chips fly. Another tool change. Another feature being added. Another tool change. Another feature being added. So it's definitely a pretty in-depth process, as you can see. You know, it's not just one tool just cutting all day long. There's a ton of different tools that go into that tool changer. All the machines are constantly augering chips. So those blocks of aluminum are now turning into optic mounts, but there's always a little bit of carnage here at the end. So nothing like making chips fly, and obviously there's a lot of them left over, so pretty exciting. We're making optic mounts here. You know, you can think how these guys used to make guns back in the 1800s, I have no idea. But thank God we live in the 21st century now, so we've got some really sophisticated machinery to do some really phenomenal stuff, relatively quick time frame too. So we're dialing in the production here, making sure everything is on point. So parts coming off of the machine, you can see this is part of the QC process, so we have to obviously measure very critical features that would be a pass-fail for each part. So we've got a ton of parts here. These are raw aluminum right off the machine, right? So they're not done yet. Not to mention, you can see there's some end-mill marks there. They've got to be tumbled as well, but before the tumbling, there's got to be a pass-fail. So there's a series of QC checks to ensure you guys are getting the most accurate, precise, dependable part that's going to function the way that you expect it to function. So very detailed, thorough process here. I wish it was fast, but then again, I think we'd all take it for granted, but it's nice to know what's involved and what you're getting. Some good old American manufacturing. Really love it. All right, guys, so here's the levers here. You can see we've got a good set of them here that just came off of the machine. I can't show you how we machine these because it is a bit of a proprietary process, but obviously same rules apply. You know, we're checking critical dimensions as they come off. We've also got gauge pins for no-go and go to make sure that we've got, you know, obviously the no-go won't go in and then the go will. So each and individual part is checked. So it does add to that timeline in terms of getting you an optic mount that's finished, but we want to make sure that it's 100% completed, good to go, and exactly what you expected. So levers in action here, they're not quite done. They don't have the actual locking engagement feature on there yet, so there's another process there, but really stoked to at least give you a nice little quick tour of how it all goes down. So you can see, like I was just talking about, those end mill marks, we've got to get those off. So you can see some of these levers floating around in there amongst all the tumbling media. So this is to ensure we have a nice uniform finish all the way around. So all the parts are going through the tumbler. Then after the tumbler, they're over here getting washed. All right, so these are all tumbled, ready to go, right? They're gonna be going to plating next. Just to give you an idea, side by side, so you have, you know, at least a little appreciation for the process. This is not tumbled. You can see the end mill marks there. This is tumbled, so it gives that nice uniform finish. Tumbling will generally give you a little bit of a matte black. This will give you a shinier black. So every now and again, we may choose one or the other. It just depends how sizable the actual end mill marks are, things of that nature. We want it to be uniform, clean, black. This is what we're going for. So an extra process, extra time to get it to this state of perfection right here. So another process, another set of time, obviously involved. A little bit delay, you're not going to get them right away, but obviously you can see what's invested in your optic mount. All right, so we're over here at the laser. This is the final process. So it's already been black hard coat anodized. You can see right now there's the patent pending, and then the serial number is going to go on above it. So a little limited right now. We've just got a 3D printed fixture. We are machining a real fixture to hold more, but like I said, just kind of jumping through the hoops to get everything going. And we don't want to tie up a machine on a fixture. This is not a big bottleneck. It just takes somebody a little bit more time to actually sit here and laser 3 at a time. But, you know, definitely lessons learned, and it is a process. So this is really cool, really exciting. You can see serial number 191, 192, 193. So those babies are going to be going out the door here shortly. And it's done. All right, so now we're doing the top plates. So the MCARBO logo is going on these 3 now. It does take a little time to laser engrave everything. You can see it all coming to life there. So like I said, you know, this isn't quite the bottleneck. I mean, we can do this pretty quickly on the laser. You know, it takes about a minute per side when we do 3 at a time. So not a huge deal, but we are going to go ahead and improve this, and that's kind of the nature of production, is constant improvement. You know, it's not like it's a overnight development. Certainly is a progressive thing, especially with a new project. A lot of these items depend on one another, so you have to kind of see where is the breakdown in the process. But pretty exciting. You can see it's going back for a little touch up there. Make sure we got a good deep laser engrave mark with the logo and obviously with the serial numbers. Pretty cool. There you go, guys. Hope you enjoyed that tour of the MCARBO production facility, as those parts start as a block of 6061 aircraft grade aluminum, then transformed into 3 components that make up the optic mount, the 3 primary ones. And then you saw how we do the quality control checks throughout the process. Very time-consuming process. I wish it was quick, simple, and easy, but nothing is easy, especially something like this precision perfection that we're striving for. It's got to be perfect. So a ton of different operations, ton of hands in the mix. We all have to be on the same page. Really intense, but we're getting through it, and we're making some great products. So really excited about it. Really appreciate you guys' support. Thank you, everyone that ordered. This is amazing. This has definitely been a very inspiring month for us, just to see the kind of support and the traction these products are getting. So it's very cool. Actually just got off the phone with KEL-TEC just before finishing this recap, and they are in love with it. They actually were talking about how could we possibly integrate this further, maybe in our online store, or possibly doing something more, So we'll see. I have no idea. So we're literally figuring this out as it goes. So you got to see the process, the QC inspections, then on to the tumbling, and then from tumbling, the washing, and then they're going to get packaged up and gone out for shipment. Obviously, there's a lot more QC checks in between each and every process, so there's a ton in the works as it moves from raw bar stock aluminum, machined, QC'd, tumbled, sent out for plating, comes back from plating, then it's inspected again, then it's sent out to the laser to get the actual engraving and then the serial number, and then it's sent to assembly, and then the other subcomponents are added like the press fit stainless steel pins that are black oxide, and then the custom springs, and then it's actually QC'd again, and then it's packaged up, and then it's shipped out. I hope you're exhausted just listening to that, because that's what we're feeling here. But we're really loving it. We're thrilled. Really appreciate each and every one of you guys in the MCARBO Brotherhood. Thank you for your support. And just to top it off, our computer software accidentally sent out an email to everybody that had a back-ordered optic mount saying that, hey, your order's shipped. Well, it hasn't shipped. Until you get a tracking number, it is not shipped. So just be on the lookout for your tracking number, because you will get that from the shipping software. Once it is shipped, that software will originate an email that sends out a tracking number, and then you're golden. So just want to put that out. Want to make sure everybody's heads up, understanding. And if you just placed your order, recognize that we did kind of sneak release the optic mount to the MCARBO forum. Another good reason to be in the forum. Those guys had about a 6-week head start. So there was a couple hundred in there that ordered really early. So if you're one of the ones that ordered really early, you got the mount, do me a solid and comment in the YouTube video here, letting other guys know that you got yours, when you might have placed your order, so everybody can kind of get a running feel for where we're at in the production schedule, so everyone's kind of tracking where they might fall in to that mix. That'll be helpful. But we're certainly answering the phones, emails, getting a lot of them. Where's my stuff? So just have a little patience with us. We certainly appreciate it. Really love your support. Look at it this way. We've waited 3 years to get it into development, production. It's not going to be that much longer. It's a matter of days. We are cranking these babies out, at least a good 100 on a daily basis as far as completed assemblies, and that's pretty good. So it took us a little minute to get up to that level of output, but now we're cranking like a well-oiled machine, so we're really excited. Can't wait to see you guys running and gunning with them. Looking forward to those videos, those reviews, pictures. That's when I'm going to be hitting you guys up. And you'll be like, dude, stop asking for updates. I'm like, hey, I want to know. How are you loving it? You loving it? Because that's where we get stoked, jamming, man. We are loving the feedback. We want to see you guys running and gunning, having some fun with them. All right, guys, thank you very much for your support. As always, happy shooting.